Recently, I've been going through this thing in my life where I don't want to be a mom and I don't want to be a wife.
I'm actually scared. I don't know if I want to be a mother anymore.
A teen mom drives up to the dumpster. In the back seat is her newborn, stuffed in a trap.
Modern women today are rage quitting, saying motherhood is just way too hard for them.
I just came to the confirmation that I don't want to be a mom anymore.
I mean, today, I don't want to ever be a mama.
People are mad because women don't want to have children anymore. They don't want to be mothers anymore. But American culture doesn't.
Why have kids in the first place if you're just gonna throw them away? Kindly subscribe to the channel, as it is our sole form of support. Thank you.
People make you feel like a failure. Sometimes I feel like I shouldn't be a mom, you know. It just makes me depressed when people keep judging me, and it's getting on my nerves. It's making me really, really depressed. You know, I don't know what to do. I feel frustrated. I feel angry.
Mother, that she got left. Like, do you not know that we did the dash?
Did the dash and never looked back? Do you know how bad shit have to be for you to decide that you want to raise a kid by yourself? Like, when y'all bashing single moms, y'all don't think about that? You think I chose this life over some small shit? How about we start seeing the strength in that? I'm so secure in myself and so sure of what I want for my future and what I'm not going to put up with that I'm willing to take a whole kid that I didn't come into this relationship with and go raise it by myself. I'd rather do that alone than to deal with you. Just use your critical thinking skills.
You may not have chosen that life, but you did choose the man to procreate with. Women these days choose the man that brings them the most excitement while forgetting to check that man's character and demeanor. And it's these poor decisions that leads them to end up with a bad guy and lead a stressful life. I do agree that every situation is different, and if things starts to change, then you need to go. But the truth is, modern women are not keen on the type of man they choose. They just base it on how that man makes them feel and not think for the long run. They're too caught up in the moment and forget the consequences that may arrive later on.
You know what I hate the most about being a mother? The fact that I gotta wake up early with these kids. I'm tired. I used to have to wake up early for school, and now I gotta wake up early for these kids. I'm exhausted. I did my time. I don't want to do it no more. But, being the dumb bitch that I am, I ended up having now a 7-year-old, and I signed up for 2 more kids, a 1-year-old and like a 6-month-old. So I signed up for a couple more years, as if I wasn't already exhausted.
Felt selfish to say I didn't want to be pregnant, to become a mother. And I went into it under duress. You know, I actually don't think that women, especially, I don't think women talk about that enough. You know, it's like the society's pressure of like becoming a mother at a certain stage in life.
The reality is, as a woman ages, their odds of pregnancy are decreased because they're not making as many good eggs that will fertilize. I wouldn't call it a pressure. It's more like a warning for the women who want to have kids and saying, if you want to have kids, it's better to start early. And the truth is, some of the women who are in their 40s or 50s come to regret not having kids when they've had the chance when their odds were better. It's literally life-threatening at that point, and feminism played a huge part in brainwashing these women away from that fact.
I think you take things really sensitively, and that's fine. I just need to not make those jokes with you. No, I don't think I think they're just like rude. But to me, it's a joke. To you, it's rude. So I won't make them to you because you don't take it the way that I'm meaning it.
Baby, leave me alone. I don't want to be a mommy. I don't want to be a mommy. My mommy say I should have kept my legs closed,
but I fell in love with the D.
Stop! If you decide to date women who have kids, this video's for you. When you date a woman who got kids, you gotta understand that you are not her main priority, that her kids will always come first. You and this woman have to be on the same page at all times in order for this to be successful. Last thing you need to understand is not only are you bringing this woman in your life, but you bringing some other man's children in your life as well. Now, I know a lot of women will say, well, my kids don't need another father. They got a dad already. But the truth is, if you decide to have something serious with this woman, her and her kids are now under your leadership and guidance. Whenever they're in your presence, you are now responsible for their well-being. I'm not gonna lie, it takes a special type of man to be able to date a woman who got kids. So before you decide to take things to the next level, ask yourself, are you prepared for everything that comes with this?
Trust me, I've done this before, and I don't know if I can do it again. 100% responsibility, 0% authority. Hard pass. That's why single people date single people, and people with kids date people with kids. So you won't have those problems. Remember, you got to provide for them, but you can never discipline them. Why would any man do that when there's plenty of women who don't have kids? As a woman with a kid, it's hard and hurts. You feel like nobody wants you because you have a kid. Dodge if you don't have kids. Better to be single than date a single mom. You hold no authority over kids that aren't yours, but expected to support. With the amount of single women in the world, there's no need for a single man to date a woman with a child. The challenges that comes with dating a woman with kids is just too stressful. You have to deal with potential baby daddy drama and rude children. And of course, while this is going on, you are going to be expected to provide for them as the relationship progresses. All of this can be avoided by just getting a woman without a child, and it's just headache-free and stress-free at that point. I do strongly believe that women with kids should date fathers with kids. It just balances things out.
Oh, women don't want to be mothers anymore. Women don't want to create families anymore. It's their fault that we don't have strong families. No, women don't want to be single mothers anymore. Women are tired of raising kids on their own because you guys just get up and leave when it's convenient for you. When that father leaves and you have a daughter that is with an absent father, then men are so quick to look at her and blame her and say, oh, she is the way she is because she has daddy issues. But then you have a man, right? And that man grew up without a mother. People will say, poor guy, the mom left, what an evil mom. So basically, what does this conclude? The man is never held accountable for his actions. It's always the woman's fault. What the saddest thing of all is, a mother, a woman, will be so strong and handle a man just leaving and walking out of her life when she has a child. She will raise that child on her own, only for that child to grow up and resent her for not having a father. Again, why do we blame the woman? Don't get me started on daddy issues, because I have seen so many men suffering so much more from daddy issues than women have. And then you guys complain that women aren't feminine anymore. Women don't want to stay home. Women want to go out and work and make their own money. But you guys can't provide for them. Men are so stingy.
If women are tired of raising kids on their own, they should begin with closing their legs, because that's where it starts. If women really had the ability to judge a man, and that man showed qualities of being a valid male to procreate with, they wouldn't be single mothers. There's many instances where women choose the Chad over the guy that would treat them nice and provide them with a happy life. Now there's two sides of the coin, and issues sparks up in the relationship for many different reasons. But again, we have to look at reality and what we can go by, which is everything starts with the woman and with her ability to pick a good man. Because women control access to sex. They themselves stated that they have good intuition on what kind of man they would choose, and it's never the good guy. So that says a lot about their behavior and character. If their intuition is really that good, why do they end up being single mothers? Even in some cases, these women will kick these fathers out of their lives, but that's a different conversation.
So apparently there needs to be a little clarification. mom me, work me, and drunk me, we are not the same.
Okay, we gotta talk about this because men don't tell women how they feel. Do you know that?
Yes, we know that. And there's usually a good reason why men don't share their feelings.
You guys keep it all bottled up inside.
Because it's safer that way.
And you tell your little side chick.
And not all guys have side chicks.
But you don't tell your wife.
If they're not telling their wife or their significant other about their feelings, it's likely because they've done that before and had it blow up in their face.
We don't know how you feel.
Because a lot of times when men open up to women, they often end up regretting it because it's used against them. They are told that they are weak for feeling the way that they do, or their feelings are completely dismissed.
And that's not our problem. If we don't know how you feel, how are we going to change it?
Maybe try being more observant and actually pay attention to what's really going on in that man's life.
Start telling your wife how you feel. Give her the brutal, honest truth. Give it to her. See what happens.
It's been my experience that a lot of women in these type of situations can't handle the brutal truth about anything, let alone about a man's feelings, and the possibilities for disaster simply boggle the mind.
We can't tell our feelings because it hurts women's feelings, and we have to end up apologizing for expressing our feelings. Every single time I open up, my feelings get weaponized against me. My ex would laugh in my face, told her how I hated my father. Next fight, she looked me in the face and said, "You're just like him." That was almost 15 years ago, and I still remember it vividly. Brutal, honest, truth ended in divorce. I did that once. She felt like I hurt her feelings instead of understanding what I was saying. Never again. Every time I talk about my feelings, somehow it triggers an emotional response from her that I have to fix. It somehow becomes about her every time.
Just bust me, you'll be fine. And when I'm back in Chicago, I feel it. Another version of...
Yes, I don't want our kid no more. I'm sorry. What? You don't be here. You don't be here taking care of her. You don't be going through all the stressful stuff that I be going through. Sure. I want to go out. I want to go to the club. I want to travel. I want to be able to get up at 2 a.m. and go hang with my friends if I want to do it. You don't be nowhere to be found.
What? I'm working. What are you talking about?
Doing what?
And you sound real selfish like that. Saying that. You sound real selfish.
I'm alone. You're supposed to be her father, and I'm alone.
I am her father, and I am here with her.
So where do you be at? Because you might as well be an absent baby daddy, and I might as well put you on child support.
Oh my God!
To be honest,
well, where the baby at right now?
With your mother.
With my mother.
Yeah, because you want to sit here and put a camera in my face.
But she told me she was gonna be here with you.
Why would she be here with me when I don't want her?
Oh my God, you sound real selfish, man. I don't even understand how we even going through this right now.
Because you don't be here. I gotta sit there and bathe your child every night. I gotta sit
But that's
here.
what you supposed to do.
I gotta every night where I gotta put her to sleep. I gotta sit here and take her to the doctor when she's sick. I gotta sit here and take her in and out the store with a car seat. Her car seat almost as big as me.
Dude, you talked to her way too long. Get your kid and let her sign the paperwork. You will be better off without her, and she will regret it later. You should have kept your legs closed or got sterilized before being sexually active. Zip it and take her to court. She sounds like she wants to pay child support with that selfish talk. I've been a mum since I was 17 years old, and I'm still happy being a mommy, even from today. The anger I feel listening to this, as a woman who would give everything to be a mother. But I have 5 gorgeous stepkids that I live and die for. Now I understand both of their situation, but if her main focus is going to the club and traveling, she shouldn't have gotten pregnant and pushed out a baby. This is exactly what I mean when I say women make poor decisions. Since she doesn't care about the kid anymore, he should probably have her sign over custody of the child. If that were to happen, the person who's gonna be hurt the most is the child. Imagine that baby growing up and finding out the mother didn't want to be in its life because she wanted to go out on trips and the club. It's insane.
You want to hear the saddest thing about motherhood I've ever heard and witnessed in my life?
Oh, God.
My sister, who's Mormon, one time I go to her house and she really wants to show me this TV show. The kids go down for a nap and she's like, oh, I want show you. She pulls it up on the TV, and then her daughter comes in the room because she didn't want to nap, is throwing a hissy fit, and she's like, I want to watch Moana. I want to watch Moana. And she sits next to my sister, and so my sister has to put on Moana, and my sister just silently cries. Like, just tears are falling down her face, and I'm like, are you okay? And she's like, I just can never have a moment to myself.
Oh. So I am recently single. I was in a relationship for 8 years, and now I'm single and dating again, and there's some scary stuff out there, and I thought that it would be really fun to commemorate all of the adventures that I go on, because I see single girl TikTok now and it's hilarious, because you gotta laugh at it, otherwise you will cry. And if you know me in real life, no you don't. Move on. Don't bring this up. Thanks.
Unpopular opinion, but I literally think that women should be paid to exist. I know y'all are probably gonna be like, what? But no, follow me on this. So one, like, our bodies literally create life, y'all. Like, that within itself, like, it beats any freaking invention that a man can come up with, like, any tech company. Like, no tech company can come up with a baby in my belly. So one, that's why we should get paid. And then even women who, like, have already had children, they should still get paid, because guess what? Like, the life of a mother, like, that's a whole job within itself. I literally think that we should receive monthly incomes for being women. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I'm being so serious.
If you put money into a vending machine and a soda comes out, whose soda is that? Men should be paid to watch her talk about how women should be paid to exist. Girls always say, without women, men would have no children. Like, no shit. Without men, women wouldn't have kids either. What's the point of pointing that out? If women should get paid to exist, men should get paid to listen to them. Without a man's sperm, there is no fetus, which means that without a man, there would be no woman. First, let's address this. This woman stated that women's bodies create life, which is completely incorrect, because it takes two people to make that happen, which is a man and a woman. Second off, this woman says, like, and oh my God, way too much. The word create means to bring something into existence, and what women are doing are pushing life into existence, which comes from the man. When we have women like this trying to separate that fact, that women and men need each other and make one feel less, it's just going to cause more issues and disconnect between the sexes. Imagine thinking human beings should be paid to exist just because they have certain body parts. It's just ridiculous. Ridiculously insane.